This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
Station 31. You read me? Found something in the ice. We need some help down here. Can anybody hear me? We found something. We found something. We found something.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it, or hear it, or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? He can beat one of those things!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You. I'm, of course, your host, The Thingy. And as always, we have my co-host, the guy we can't trust because he also might have the thingy inside of him. It's Xavier.
Don't ever say that I have a thingy inside of me again, please.
You might have a thingy inside of you.
You have no idea how you might have an. You have no idea how weird it is for your dad to tell you you have a thingy inside of you. That is not okay. Anyways, we watched the 1982 movie The Thing.
I have a slight idea how weird that might be for you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I know. Don't do that. That's very weird. So anyways, we watched the 1982 movie, The Thing. There is also like a 1950-something movie, I believe, that of the same title, probably the same premise. I have not watched it. This is the first time I've watched The Thing. And this is our horror movie watch. And also our very first 2023 movie, technically. Because Dumbo was technically the last of the 2022 movies, but because all that got skipped over into like February and all that jazz, so all the scheduling crap is getting weird. But we're uploading to a week, kind of trying, you know. But anyways, though, I kind of like this movie. I didn't feel much of a scary aspect, but then I remembered that it's a horror movie, and I didn't really know there was much of a difference. But apparently there is, according to Mom and Nick. So,
What do you mean? What's the difference between what?
Horror and scary. This movie wasn't scary for me. This movie was, it was pretty horrifying, but I didn't feel any real, jump scares.
I don't know if jump scares. Well, although there was one jump scare, and we'll get to
For
it.
you!
For me. It took me by surprise. I wasn't prepared for it. but jump scares wasn't. This was supposed to be just like disturbing more than anything. And horror is
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah,
horror is a massive genre that spans many different types. I mean, traditionally horror can be scary. It's supposed to be somewhat scary, but no, I mean, I thought this was properly scary. I mean, if I was, if I haven't been desensitized by horror movies my entire life, I could see this being really scary for people.
yes, desensitized. That is what I am. I am desensitized but I'm probably desensitized from a lot of different things, though, because I don't know. I know my older brothers definitely got into like M-rated games well after I actually. I have been trying to get into like that one of my older brothers letted me like a couple of Resident Evil games and said, "Hey, why don't you play this?" And I'm playing it, and I'm kind of enjoying the story, but I am not good at first person shooters. I'm good at Minecraft, but that's very different. Resident Evil Revelations.
Oh, I didn't realize they had a first person shooter.
It's not first person. Okay, it's not first person shooter. It's a third person shooter. I'm sorry.
There's a difference.
So yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not exactly immersed too much in like that kind of genre. So yes, I'm a bit desensitized, but I enjoyed this movie relatively. I like to look for a story, and though like when you got a horror movie, of course you gotta kind of like judge it based on its horrific standpoints, and like you seem to really enjoy going straight with like the basics of the genre that we pick, or not pick, but like randomize. Like with action movie, you kept saying no cartoons, and we chose John Wick. And I loved John Wick. John Wick was a really good movie, and it was pretty actiony. But I do eventually want to get to get to some of the movies that I have that you probably haven't watched before. And I don't think there's a single one of these movies that you have not watched before. Maybe.
I've never seen The Thing. I never saw John Wick.
Really?
This was my first time watching The Thing, and that was my first time watching John Wick. So, here's the reason I have been such a...
by the way, Weird does not count because we both watched that and it was new. But anyways, yeah, continue.
There's been quite a few movies that I've never seen. But here's the thing. The thing I love about this podcast is it gives me two things. One, The Thing is a movie I've wanted to see for years. I've heard about The Thing. I've heard it's really good, and I never actually have ever watched it. And this podcast gave me the excuse to sit down and finally watch it. And that is one thing I'm taking with this podcast. This is one of my favorite parts about this podcast, is forcing myself to watch things I've never seen before.
Things.
And that's also, John Wick's another movie where... yeah, gotcha. John Wick's another movie where I was, I've heard was really good. I've always wanted to see it, but, I never got around to watching it. But the other thing I love about this podcast is I love getting to introduce to you some of the classics of cinema that you've never seen. Branching you out. You're not a big fan of horror, so this was an opportunity for you to get to see something you've never really watched. It kind of brings you to this world. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's it. Not to mention, as a tactical standpoint as well, I want to go with popular, well-known versions of some of these movies, because for another reason is people are more likely going to be like, oh, I want to see this because it's very famous and I want to hear about this. Where if we pick one of these random weird movies that nobody knows really, you were going to have a lot less people wanting to watch it. And as of right now, we don't have really a set audience that is just listening to us every week. So, in my opinion, we need to pick more mainstream, more well-known things to try to build an audience.
Right.
So that is why I've been a stickler about certain things like this, because of those three reasons.
That's a good point.
You know, the action Superman, you know, you might have a few people, I mean, you probably have a decent amount of people that love Superman. Not all those people are going to be listening to the podcast or be interested.
Yeah, and I am doing my best to like put in my part to like make this as popular as we can possibly make it. But ultimately, I hope that we both come to realize we're doing this for fun. We're doing this for ourselves. We're bringing this into our giving ourselves excuses to make movies and talking to a camera. Because I don't know about you, I like talking to a camera. That makes me sound very, very lonely, and that's not exactly the case. I'm good at being lonely, but I don't feel lonely while doing it.
Okay.
Kind of like how a sociopath doesn't feel guilt for killing people. Anyways, that's not killing people. That's a bit of a generalization. Let's generalize about sociopaths, everybody. Okay. On with the actual movie. And before we actually do that, though, I want to make it a challenge for you and I to go through this entire podcast with saying the thing as few times as possible. I'm going to make it also a mission to myself, who will be watching this podcast after it's recorded and uploaded, to count how many times we say thing. Outside of talking about, like, the title of the movie. So I will count how many times you and I say thing. Outside of the title.
Okie dokie.
Cool? Okay, let's talk about this movie. Let's go over a synopsis. Kind of.
Okay,
I sound crazy.
A little. Anyways. So, yeah, this movie is essentially about a expedition in Antarctica. A dog comes running towards them, and a helicopter with a sniper is trying to shoot the dog. The sniper has terrible aim and constantly misses the dog. Or the dog is really good at, avoiding sniper shots.
Those are stormtroopers up there, which is appropriate because we actually just got done watching Solo. Well, I did. I don't know about you.
Now, first thing to mention while you're on this subject is, wouldn't you think if somebody is just randomly shooting the dog, maybe there's an issue? Just perhaps there might be an issue. So maybe don't bring the damn dog in with all willy-nilly. Like,
to be fair, my first thought wasn't, okay, there's something wrong with the dog. My first thought was, who the hell's in that helicopter? Cruella de Vil?
See, my thought, here's the thing. If it was just a hunter just trying to kill a dog, most of those type of people don't have a helicopter to chase it. You had a literal guy in a helicopter trying to chase down a dog and kill it. And you don't think there's an issue? First off, let's say it wasn't a weird-ass alien that woke up from the ice. Maybe that dog's rabid. Maybe that dog just ate or bit someone or, was attacking people. also a reason not to keep the damn dog and let it roam around. So, I like this movie, but damn these people are stupid. Stupid
They're kind of stupid. Except for one of them. One of them is actually being intelligent, and he gets punished for being intelligent because people are stupid.
They're stupid. But yes, so they eventually realize that there's something weird about the dog, and it starts trying to absorb the other dogs that they put it in with, and then it breaks apart into some weird, very violent mess. So, I mean, long story short, this movie is about a alien creature that gets woken up from the ice in Antarctica, and these guys do not, and it mimics human behavior. It mimics humans, and it can shapeshift into humans. And they don't know who they can trust, the people that are there with. And they realize, we can't let this thing make it to normal society. It will destroy the world.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple story, and honestly, what's done with said simple story, it's pretty good. It's pretty well done with it. A lot of good choices, a lot of terrible choices were made, but yeah, it's a good movie.
I enjoyed this movie a lot. I kind of upset with myself for taking so long to finally get to watching this movie. But this movie was really freaking good. At least in my opinion. I thought it was amazing. The special effects, you could tell, were for the most part practical. It was also 1982. They didn't have much outside of the way of practical effects. And practical effects matter, man.
Yeah, it's true. So anyways, why don't we get on with the characters, the individual characters? And I don't really remember everybody's name, or anybody's name.
Yeah, I don't really either. Jack, maybe? One of them's Jack?
Jack? I don't know. Let me look it up. I've got I'm using my computer for this one, actually. Fun fact, everybody, I got a new computer, and I'm recording through it instead of my phone. So, it takes a lot less time to figure out. Here,
everybody cares.
Maybe. I don't know. Some people might. I am looking up the cast of the thing. Let's see. Dr. Blair. So we got, okay. Here we are. Cast through IMDb. I'm a little confused. Okay. Well, there's two names. I know one's the actor and one's the name of the character. Okay.
Well, Russell something.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
McReady. McCready. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So we've got a guy named McCready. That
was like the main guy.
I think he was the main guy, yeah. Wasn't he like the bearded man?
So, there was two people that survived, and they were the two people I actually knew in this movie. Well, I technically know another one, too. But Kurt Russell and Keith David are pretty popular and famous actors that I know. And they're the ones that survive at the end of it. It's weird with Keith David, though. Keith David looks so much... Like, he's a lot older today, obviously, and he looks so much different than... Like, he's really young in this movie. But, McCready was the main guy who kind of took the lead for the most part of the movie. And
Yeah, this movie didn't exactly have didn't really have a main character. Everybody kind of just had a part. Some people just died, you know.
No,
that's
Kurt
what happens
Russell was
more.
pretty much the main character. And Keith David was Childs, or whatever, however they said it in the movie.
I don't know.
He was the black dude that they were like, when they were trying to pick out who the leader was, we need someone who's not, have rage issues or whatever they said.
Right.
He was the one that was a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
But, I don't think there's really enough about these characters to really talk about each of the characters. They're all just mostly just trying to survive and make sure that they're not, the thingy.
What about the dog? The dog was adorable before they had to, exterminate.
Super freaking adorable.
Yes, all of those dogs were adorable until they were mercilessly slaughtered by the thing.
So
sad. I like dogs. Dogs are adorable.
Apparently this didn't get you, but the part that got me on this movie was the scene when it just was such a great tense scene. Kurt Russell, McCready, has all these guys tied up, and they figured out that even when this thing takes over, it takes over every molecule of your body. So if you try to burn the blood, it will show itself. So they go through and they start just cutting everyone not open, but like taking a little bit of vial of blood from each person and taking a flamethrower or a lighter and lighting up burning the blood. And I think what got me is I thought they were going to go obvious, where I thought it was the person that McCready kept saying, I know it's you, we're going to do you last. So I thought it was going to be his blood, and then right before they get to him, the blood before it, I wasn't prepared for it. I don't know why. It explodes to the ceiling, and that just made me jump. And I don't jump for movies these days. There's only a few times that happens, and this was one of the times that it got me. Just from that one scene, and I just wasn't prepared. The other, another show that got me was the Haunting of Hill House. And Raina, your sister could tell you which scene, I'm sure. I don't know if I want to spoil it on the podcast for those who haven't seen The Haunting of Hill House. But yeah, that scene just that scene got me. It straight up got me. And I don't.
You sniffed my finger and then just ran away. What's wrong with my finger, Tiki? Okay.
It's okay.
Also, fun fact: we actually took 2 takes of the beginning part of this podcast. The first take, I got clawed by my cat, who was sitting on my lap when we started recording, and then he jumped off with his back paws, with his claws out. It hit my foot, and I held in a scream. My face made a weird face. Anyways, let's continue. Okay. So, what was your favorite part? Was it? I guess you could say it. There was the horrific part that scared you, but what was your favorite part of the movie?
That scene was really intense, and I did enjoy it. I don't know if there's a favorite part, to really go with, but I did really enjoy pretty much any time the thing was on screen. I really enjoyed the weird ass spider head. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mostly just I liked a bunch of the scenes.
Mine was probably the scene where the doctor guy, the actual intelligent person, actually like hacked at the I don't know, the radio, whatever it is, the control center.
He was
The
trying
equipment.
he was trying to keep communication away so they couldn't bring people there. He wanted nobody to be able to find them and pretty much bring the thing to modern society. Because that would have been bad.
And so he did kind of cause everybody to be isolated, but he did make the smart choice. He basically, everybody like treated him like he was mad, but like he wasn't. He was acting completely rationally, just screaming while he was doing it.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, do you have a least favorite scene?
I don't think there is a least favorite scene in this.
Me neither. How would you rate this movie? Father Day.
Rating,
Also, are you playing a game?
What? No, what are you talking about?
Anyways, how would you rate this movie?
I give it a 9.
Give it a 9.
I thought it was really good. It's very intense and everything. So yeah, 9.
Even if I am desensitized, I'd personally, I don't know if this is probably overkilling it in my opinion. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Really? You liked it even better than me, huh?
I don't know if I want to say better than you, but like, I want to say like I was very impressed with the movie. I don't rate the movies based on like how much I like them. I base them like because like just if I'm bored with the movie, but like it fulfills what it tries to fulfill. Unless what it tries to fulfill is piss people off by being boring and sucky. Which isn't what this movie did, by the way. If that's what you're thinking. Then of course that movie in question would probably not get a very high rating from me. But if the movie like this movie clearly tries to create an area or setting of isolation and an unsettling like horror of some sort. And it accomplishes that extraordinarily well. So I gave it a 9.5.
Okay. It was good.
And also people say the F word. That's fun.
So the F word is fun?
The F word is fun! That is the secret, everybody. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is
for you and me.
And is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea.
Anywhere doesn't start with an N.
That's true. It's a SpongeBob song. You and me doesn't start with the U either. Why didn't you comment on that?
That one makes more sense to me.
Cool. It doesn't have to make sense. It's SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. Rotten Tomatoes. Well, go ahead and give me your picks, and I will start searching.
I'll do critics 91 and audience 85. 91 and 85. What about you?
I'm kind of agreeing with you. I'm going to go critics 95, audience 78.
Okay.
and that might be too high on the audience, or the critics, because I do know that when I was looking at IMDb, they did say that originally the movie got kind of panned for the graphics and everything. So we'll see.
It was ahead of its time, in my
Okay.
opinion, even if it was pretty bad.
Okay, I was way off on one of these. Critics gave it an 84%. And the audience gave it a 92%. Audience
I'm closer on both ends, but not by very much. It's a pretty good start to the year, kind of.
All right, you want to hear some negative reviews on this?
Sure. Let's see what people think about this movie.
Peter Stack from San Francisco Examiner says, this version is so full of the thing that it strangles our imagination and becomes a mere exercise in ugly, mechanical horrifics. Very dumb, very disappointing.
Horrifics? That's the point!
Scott Kane.
It's supposed to be unsettling.
Scott Kane, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Such a pity. John Carpenter is too gifted a movie maker to let nauseating special effects take over his biggest film. That's what happened in The Thing. John Larson from Larson on Film says, reading this as a Cold War allegory is doing the movie a very big favor. In reality, this is a film about tentacles and teeth and eyes and orifices and goo goo goo. Roger Ebert. Oh,
I don't understand a word that was. A word that was. Blah.
What, you don't understand allegory?
That's not what I meant. Never mind. Go continue.
Roger Ebert. Which is that should be one you might even recognize, right? You ever heard of Ebert? No? Anyways, Roger Ebert also didn't like this movie. He says, because this material has been done before and better, especially in the original Thing and Alien, there's no need to see this version. Wait a minute.
I haven't watched the original either, so I don't really have anything to say about it.
I thought that was the original.
No. There was a 50s. This is a remake of like a 50s movie, I think.
Oh.
It's why it says on like IMDb The Thing, but it's 1982. The same way that you see like Ghostbusters, but 2018, 2019. I don't remember when.
They also made They also made a thing in the in 2011, which I'm kind of curious about now.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, 2011, The Thing. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in it. She played in a movie that we watched together. She was Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, this is based off The Thing from Another World. We just shortened it to The Thing. Okay, that's why I didn't notice it. Huh. Interesting. I'm curious what that one's like, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, what's next?
I believe Cinemantra? I think? Yeah. Did we miss anything?
I'm trying to think of Cinematra.
Holy crap, we don't do this as often as we should. Anyways. Alright.
If you were a thing from another world, what would be the first thing you would try to possess? To, jump into society. How would you trick us people?
That distinction's important because I was about to say blue-footed booby just to be hilarious. That is a bird. Look it up. It's a bird.
Sure it is.
Or I could, I don't know, just crawl inside a big tit. Phrasing, but that was kind of the point.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. So you want childlike wonder? Okay.
Look up a big tit. The bird.
I have looked up a big tit many times. I got no birds. I got some hooters. Alright, is that your actual answer?
There's some serious problems with bird scientists naming things after boobs. Anyway. Okay.
They're drunk every time.
I don't know. Maybe an elephant. Just like crawl inside an elephant. Not crawl inside, that makes it sound weird. Like take over an elephant, and then taking over the world should be so much easier. Because I start off as an elephant.
Can you imagine how creepy a giant fleshy elephant would be?
That's why I chose it. I mean, I would choose a blue whale, but they're kind of secluded to the water. There's no real human. There's not a whole lot of humans on the ocean, so I'm not exactly gonna be able to kill too many people. But if I'm an elephant, people will fear me then, except if they have guns. But if you kill the elephant, I'll just crawl inside another creature and then just make my way through them. I can hear the controller.
I give you a 9.
Yeah.
You hear nothing.
Okay. So anyways, as for my cinemantra, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for stuff with this movie to create a cinemantra. You chose probably one of the simplest routes.
You're right. I win.
Okay. So, you can choose three people, not any personal people that you know, but like, maybe, I don't know, 3 semi or famous people that you know of, put them in a room, and like, one of these people has the thing inside of them. How would you go about exterminating the thing without killing the other 2? And for a bonus, I don't know, tell me who has the thing. So come up with 3 people that you don't personally know.
This is going a little... Real people or fictional?
Real or fictional. But it can't be like personal people that you like that you just have a personal relationship with.
I would go with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and Anakin Skywalker.
Which one of them has the thing?
Anakin Skywalker.
How
obviously.
would you go about killing him along with the thing without killing Obi-Wan or Yoda?
Well, I would have all of them try to use the Force to figure out which one has the thing in them. And so you have 3 of them, so 2 of them should have the same answer. One of them's lying, but they're the ones that would have the thing in them. And then I would have them use their giant burning blades to burn the crap out of the thing and just kill Anakin Skywalker. He should have died a long time ago like this. He's a psycho.
I'll give you a 10. That is... That was admirably done well, I guess. But yeah, I'll give you a 10 for that. Now then, is there anything left to say about the thing?
The thingy.
The thingy.
Just that this was a really good movie, and I liked the practical effects. And I would just like to have a pet head with spider legs. Your look was like, what? Why? Why?
Yeah, sure. Anyways, okay. So, I am Cryo-Keen Artist on the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter. I haven't posted anything on Twitter though, so you're not gonna find anything there. And YouTube's, also TikToks. I haven't posted anything really on YouTube and TikTok in a while, but I have been posting kind of on the Instagram and Facebook lately. So, anyways, that's all from me, folks. That's it, folks.
All right. Well, you can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the TikToks at Dragon Blazer Productions, and you can find me on Twitter. That's right. At Dragon Blazer Pro. And well, watch out. Your friends might be a thingy. And auf Wiedersehen.
Peace. Hello once again. Please, if you will, like and subscribe onto our YouTube page titled Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You, where all these wacky podcasts where we watch movies and review them go on. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.